We only have about half an hour to go to get it finished.
Very good morning. I must thank my supervisor for listening, the department for parting and for listening to the webcast, for giving me this opportunity to present these cases to you today. Alright, I've picked up 3 cases of patients with schizophrenia. All of them actually have interesting points for discussion and bring up the highlight. Alright, let's look at the first case. Alright, this patient, Miss PNA, she's a 25-year-old Indian Muslim lady, single, she's a postgraduate student. She had abnormal behavior for the past 8 months with recent history of offensive and suicidal behavior for 2 weeks. She had just returned home from abroad 8 months ago, and at the airport when her parents went to pick her up, they found that she was actually wheeled out on a wheelchair, looked to be disheveled and with dirty clothes and messy hair. And upon seeing her parents, she got up and hid behind the suitcase, appearing very scared and suspicious. And over the next few days, she began to isolate herself, had very poor personal hygiene, talking to herself, smiling inappropriately. And of course, the parents, at that time, decided to take her to see a traditional healer. And they've been doing this for many times over the last 8 months, where this traditional healer used to perform rituals to rid patients of what he believed as was a demonic possession. Alright, so he used to do bathing rituals, even that kind of slapping the patient in the face. But 2 months ago, this is prior to admission, the patient began telling her cousins that she was actually raped by her grandfather when she was 8. What happened was, when the patient was 15 years old, the family had invited a traditional healer from India as a proposal, a marriage proposal for this patient. And at that time, the grandfather did not like this man. So this traditional healer was very angry at being rejected, and he attempted to entice the patient away by telling the patient that she will be raped by her grandfather. By that time, the grandfather was 18 years old and he was actually bedridden. And the poor man actually passed away about 2 to 3 weeks after that. So 3 days prior to admission, she was very restless, had poor sleep, expressed suicidal thoughts, and attempted to jump off the 17th floor of her flat. And also attempted to strike her mother with a knife. So again, they went to this Momo where she then became very, very aggressive, started pulling out her hair, snapping herself, rolling on the ground. She even gave the Momo a slap. And so when the Momo slaps the patient, it's okay. When the patient slaps the Momo, it's not time to come to the hospital. So the Momo may further to the hospital. So in the ward, she complained that she could feel her grandfather raping her. She was sexually disinhibited. She also became very religiously preoccupied. So actually, her onset of illness actually began 6 years ago, when she was 19, while pursuing an undergraduate, when she had an affair with a married man at that time, and of course she didn't know that. She became pregnant, and so happened she aborted the pregnancy. So the family feel that the symptoms began then. That's when she started exhibiting her first signs and symptoms of mental illness. There's no history of family, history of mental illness in the family, no history of substance abuse. Alright, of course she had, in the mental state examination, she had a vast range of psychopathology. Very, very suicidal in the ward, she used to express the suicidal thoughts, very, very poor plans to commit suicide, either by hanging, by jumping off the building, by slitting her throat. And she used to smile at us while telling us this. Right, so all the first investigations and the routine investigations that we had done, that been normal. She initially was put on misperitone for the first week, of course the dose of 6 milligrams, and then we realized that she was not improving. We switched to olanzapine, and gradually settled over the next 3 weeks that she stayed with us. We discharged her well. She comes to regular follow-up now. Instead of studying her blood, we for the family, why don't you either continue your studies here? So they have done that. But of course, the family, being so traditionally deep-rooted in their beliefs, they were in denial that she had mental illness, and they of course still believe that she was being possessed because of their strong beliefs in the paranormal. And of course, we try to psychoeducate them. So, the important point in this case that I'd like to bring up, number one, 6 years having symptoms before coming to seek treatment. This is a little too long. This is what we call the duration of untreated psychosis. So in our National Mental Health Registry for Schizophrenia, up to data up to 2005, it has been shown that the average duration for a patient to seek treatment from the time they develop symptoms to the initiation of antipsychotic treatment is about 28 months. So that's about roughly 2.5 years. This patient, 6 years, that's almost 72 months. So instead of trying to reduce this, we get a lot of patients like this who come after a long period of time. But why do they do this? A study was done in US before, to see patients with mental illness or symptoms. Where do they go? They found that a large number of these patients actually seek treatment from traditional healers before coming to mental health care providers. So how do we tackle this problem when the family has this kind of beliefs? We can't really tell them, oh no, beliefs are not important. Because we need the family to support us in managing this patient. We need them to understand that this is the form of mental illness that requires medication. So we can't just shut them off, and tell them, oh no, your religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs are not important. No. So what we have to tell them? Okay, makcik boleh bawa sakit untuk berubat. Okay, dari segi agama, nak pergi berceramah, nak baca Quran, or meditation or whatsoever. You can, but ubat kena jalan. Okay, tapi kan ubat patient mesti ambil. So we try to compromise with them, and then this is one way where we can ensure patients will be compliant, and the family will serve patients medication. And of course, this patient when we have been following her up, she's been doing well, and she will be going back to continue her master's soon. The second case, alright, this is a case that we dealt with in the community setting. This is Miss CHH, the 43-year-old Chinese lady, she's a music teacher. The known case of psychiatric illness has been under the community service, psychiatric service in Hospital Avillion. In September of 2010, the home care team received a call from patient's mother saying that no patient is behaving abnormally for the past 2 weeks. She locked up the house, closed up all the windows, and was hiding in her room. And the patient told her mother that people were spying on her using CCTV, and that she felt that she was being attacked by them. She would poor sleep at night, refused to drink, refused to eat the food prepared by her mother because she felt that these unknown people were using her mother to poison her. So she took all the cooking utensils from her kitchen, gas stove, everything up to her room, and started cooking her meals there. So the mother was afraid that she would burn her house down. Of course, she had poor personal hygiene, but just before the home care staff could arrive at her home, she ran away. She actually had called a taxi, was waiting outside the house. She packed up a suitcase of clothes and told her mother that she was going to Singapore by train. Upon the invitation of Lee Kuan Yew. So on the 6th of September, mother received a call from Changi Hospital. The patient was arrested by the police for wandering around the airport, crying, screaming, and claiming that she was trying to stop the travelers from poisoning the air. And she told the doctors there that she was invited to Singapore by Lee Kuan Yew. On the 13th of September, the home care team were informed that the patient had safely returned home. Mother had to go all the way there and bring her back by flight. So when we visited her, our case manager, staff nurse, went over to the patient's house. She was very hostile, dirty, her room was in a mess. So she attempted the patient to receive treatment in the form of injection, but the patient refused, claiming that she was not mentally ill and would only take vitamins and Chinese herbs. This what happened. The mother had a friend who's a police officer, so he came over and tried to coax the patient. And the patient was given an option, either receiving injection or hospitalization. But sometimes, in this situation, you have to be a little strict with patients sometimes. Sometimes it's difficult when they are having psychotic symptoms. We have to do this. So she finally agreed for injection, so the staff nurse gave her an injection of sodium acetate, 75 milligrams. 2 days later, she came to the clinic with her mother, appeared calmer. She claims that she had some external force and certain force into her head, that they might know people trying to kill her, that the newspapers and TV were referring to her, and also she had other hallucinations. Her onset of illness began in 2005 following her father's death and her breakup with her boyfriend then. She had 3 prior admissions to hospital and frequently defaults treatment. Her eldest brother has also schizophrenia and he is currently in a nursing home. She has a double major in music and education from Minister of Canada. No history of substance abuse, but quite a well-educated lady. So what do we do? So this case manager from our home care team, this community service, upon arrival at Mrs. CH's home, made a quick assessment of the type, severity and duration of the presenting crisis. So patient's symptoms, both the psychiatric symptoms, physical as well as the risk of harm to herself and to others to assess. And we usually use what we call the threshold assessment rate. This is to assess the patient who is undergoing this current crisis. So based on this assessment, we will know whether we can manage the patient who is in crisis in the community or whether she requires admission to the hospital. So the choice of treatment here, the depot was a must for this patient because we thought that she was just not going to be very compliant based on her past history. So she required the depot injection, which she needs. So we instituted cortisol depot 200 milligrams 2 times twice weekly. But for the choice of oral medication, she told us, look, doctor, the reason I've not been taking my medication in the past, because look, I don't want the side effects. I don't want to walk like a robot. I don't want the tremors. I don't want saliva drooling. And I don't want to gain weight. So it's fine, okay. We will give you alcohol. Patient agreed to take it. We later, from 10 milligrams, we pushed it up to 13 milligrams. Patient was happy, her mother was happy, and of course we were happy because we managed to prevent 1 admission to the hospital. Psychosocial intervention, of course, our acute home care team, this home care team or community service actually comprises of the multidisciplinary team, a psychiatrist, medical officer, staff nurse, attendant, our occupational therapist, and social worker. So most of the time when we go for home visit, the whole team goes around. So we can look into not just their psychiatric needs, but also other needs as well. So this is just the form that we use to assure that this is just an example. And of course, once the symptoms have settled, then we look into their additional needs. Mr. Schwartz mentioned these things. So we use what we call the temporal assessment of needs short appraisal schedule, which we call CANSAS. So this is CANSAS. About 23 different needs that we look into and we do community service. So we try to fulfill all of them. What we have is, if we call them unmet needs and met needs. So if the needs are unmet, then we try to convert them to met needs. Alright? So for example, let's say let's say accommodation. Okay? The patient's when the patient is staying, for example, let's say he's in a village, in a kampong, with no electricity, no water. This may affect under this case. So how do we improve his living conditions? Right? So, for example, we got the Ketua Kampung there to say, okay, this man is living without electricity, without water, he's using rainwater to cook his rice. This can't be happening. So, what we did was, okay, get the neighbor to target the wire electric from his house, join to this man's house, and make an extension of the pipe which your neighbor agreed, and there you go. Patient has electricity and water. These are simple things that we can do to assist patients to live better. Another thing is, for example, money. I think most of these patients are poor patients. When we go to visit them, especially the orang asli, that's and all that. It's quite sad to see. But how can we assist them? We have the OKU mentor. So when we go for home visits, we take the forms along with us. And we immediately fill up the forms there. They have no money to take the photos and all that. We will take the photos, they develop in the hospital, and then get our social welfare officers to get the process going, to get their money. So this is some of the ways that we can help patients by looking into their needs. That is the second case. Right, the final case. This is Miss RG. She's a 16-year-old Malay girl going into the town, but she's on 4 now. She's a known case of mental illness, first diagnosed when she was 14, and our child and adolescent clinic follow-up. She had 2 admissions within a very short period this year. But before that, she had reported treatment for 1 year. So on the 27th of July, she had abnormal behavior in school, whereby she was beating class, running around the school field, beating her head against the goalpost. And then she disappeared from school and was found by the police about 20 kilometers away from her house. She felt as if her body was being controlled by this external force, and a very suspicious close appearance, claiming that they had kidnapped her when she was a baby. She was previously on this corridor, treated prior to this admission and prior to reporting victim, up to 6 weeks. That time she was managing quite well before reporting victim. So on the second admission, she became very, very aggressive. But first, on the first admission in discharge, she was relatively okay. Second admission, very, very aggressive at home, assaulted the father and sister, threatened to kill mother with a knife, just not complying to the medication at all. So on the day of admission, she was very restless in school, banging her head against the table, unable to bear the auditory hallucinations. She was talking to herself, irrelevant speech, also abnormal behavior in the ward, trying to climb the window door and commanding the doors to open. But what happened in the ward was this: she actually assaulted her father in the ward when he came to visit. So past diagnostic history, she was specially diagnosed at age of 30, admitted once each in 2009-2010, was on treatment, was maintaining well at the time. Very good student in school, UPSR straight A's, PMR straight A's, was school prefect, active in sports, member of the Red Crescent Society. Very, very good student. So what do we do? She was only tried on this corridor, but fortunately, during the same way, whenever we have all the critical cases, we always bring up during our morning chartas and get feedback from all the other professors and consultants. They said, this patient might benefit from clozapine. So after doing all the baseline investigations, we started this patient on clozapine. And over a period of 2 weeks, we increased the dose to 200 milligrams, and the patient's symptoms improved tremendously. And her parents are very happy with the improvement, weekly activities, normal, the patient was discharged well, I will return of weekly activities for 16 weeks. So this case, we just like to highlight that some patients, sometimes we just have to look at the advantages and disadvantages of starting certain types of medication for them. This is a child who has a lot of potential, and who is going to sit for SPM next year. So it's very pertinent that we try to relieve her symptoms immediately. She has the potential to go back to school, to study, and pursue her dreams. So it will help her to a certain extent. Hopefully, that of course, she will be compliant to the medication. We have given the family adequate psychoeducation, because clozapine requires strict monitoring. Thank you so much.